not making this video because it bothers me. I'm not making this video because it hurts my feelings. I'm not making this video to defend myself. I'm making this video because this video sets me free. I'm making this video because this video is going to speak volumes to people who are on their own journey. Yeah, because at the end of the day, I know me. Today's video is different. Yeah, this is a letter to my ex, sis. What's good, little gang? You know what the fuck going on. It's your girl, bro. I'm finally chilling. I'm back in a very chill environment. Oh, my eyes here, my eyes here, my eyes here, my eyes here. I won't kill it, but I'll do that. What's good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, at any time that you fuck with me, agree with me, you know, laugh, smile, whatever, anything like that, give this video a thumbs up. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome to my channel. My name is Brooke. Hit the subscribe button and, you know, turn your post notification on to all. You know the drill. I don't gotta tell you none of that. If you fuck with this video, you fuck with me, just make sure you just do what you're supposed to do. If you guys have been on the channel with me for a long time, if you don't know, I've been on YouTube for probably like 5-6 years. I don't know, since like 2013, 14, and I started on YouTube in a relationship. So people through the years have tried to come for me. I mean, that's like the number one thing that people say is like, oh, I just date a lot, I talk to too many girls, I don't love myself, I'm a hoe, you know, just all those things, anything like that. I've been like badgered about that since the second person that I ever dated on the channel. People think that this is like a dating channel. It's not. I have showed so much of my life on this channel. I've showed different parts, not just relationships, but you would have to watch all the videos to know that. Of course, most people just care about relationships because y'all know how that is on YouTube, but yeah, contrary to popular belief, this isn't a dating channel. It's not. I've been working really hard on like really getting you guys to just learn more about me as me, and away from that, and that's what doing music has been able to do. You guys have been able to see more about me and stuff like that. So anyways, people want to call me a hoe, you want to call me whatever you want to call me. At the end of the day, this video is going to resonate with the people who just, you know what I mean? This video is what I like to say, letter to my exes, and I just want to talk to you guys about what I went through and what I learned and where I'm at and why it matters. And yeah, I shared all those relationships anyways, and niggas is still talking about it anyways. Let's really make it worth something. You right? So let's really talk about it, sis. I usually got a whole list, but honey, I got a whole book. Wait, that's bad. I'm gonna just talk to you about it. It's not necessarily like a dear so and so, and I'm going to not say names. I'm just gonna say the first, second, third. I'm gonna just say, yeah, I'm just gonna name them. Fine. Ruth was the beginning. Ruth was literally the beginning of the whole, all this. And what I have on the paper here is kind of just like things that I wrote down when I was thinking about it, to kind of like guide me so that I don't just get lost, because y'all know I would get lost. So that was the beginning, you know, that's the first person that I had like our first home with, you know, first puppies, and you know, we worked jobs together, like literally we'd go to work together, do everything together, did YouTube together, did everything together, right? We were really like growing and stuff, and we had a real friendship and a real bond. And this is before, like, we started before we got on YouTube, so we were together and then we got on YouTube, but we weren't together that long before we started on YouTube, but we were together for a while before we got on YouTube. Real friendship, a real relationship. It was so fun and so funny. It was pure.
We supposed to be yeah. She got different color lines.
Yeah, something, give her nice little curls or something. It was very, very pure, very organic, and just full of a lot of fun and stuff like that. But at a certain time when you're young and you're just getting out there like that, and this is your first real relationship, you don't really, you know, so it could go bad. It could just go bad really, really, really fast. So when you're young and you're too inexperienced, that's the word, when you're too inexperienced to really know what the fuck is going on and like how to handle shit and stuff like that, like you haven't went through heartbreak, you haven't went through none of these things to really know anything, you're just doing shit, you know, it can turn real love and a real connection into petty, dangerous, possessive, manipulative, unfair situations. And that's exactly what happened in that situation. You know, we had a great relationship and we thrived great on YouTube and people loved us and stuff, but when you intertwine YouTube and you intertwine spending a lot of time together, and then you intertwine not really knowing yourself, and then you intertwine being very selfish, both of us being very selfish, just because again we were just new to all this stuff, so it's just like me, you know what I mean? And it takes time to get through that, either whether you get through with that person or you get it through, you know, down the road. It takes time for you to realize these things. Some people just get it right away, and some people have to go through, you know, the shit. So we went through the heartbreak, we went through the cheating, we went through the family issues, we went through all those things that you happen in that first real relationship. We went through all of those things, some things publicly, so that was even more pressure and stuff. But you know, what I learned from there was, you know, more about really more about love in general. Like not saying that I had it down packed, like I knew exactly what love was and whatnot and stuff like that, but that was just the first, like, broadening up my mind to, you know, things. And I think I started to learn exactly what real heartbreak felt like, and I learned exactly what real sacrifice meant. I learned what too far is too far. It didn't stick yet, but it opened up my eyes. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta get burnt a couple times before you get the lesson, but that was that did that for me. So that was just opening my eyes to everything, and that is where Nonsense came from. And Nonsense was a great way that I got to really actually for freestyle. I started freestyling in this relationship. That's when I started freestyling. So when I started freestyling in this relationship, it caused me to be, it was an outlet for me. It was a way that I was able to, you know, really relieve that tension, and not, because I didn't know what to do, all these feelings and everything that was going on. I didn't know.
Sure, baby, who more tasty? They be begging for some more. You to you, the shit that drive them crazy. She be dubbing me so heavy now. Tweets about me steady. Come, you gotta be the foolish nigga, stupid nigga, turning Twitter, giving sneaky hoes a reason to get slicker. They waiting for you to slip up at your neck. I'm like a hiccup, nigga. Try me.
You know, when I started freestyling and stuff like that, just through what I was going through, that really helped, you know. And that's really where, because I always used to write and make music when I was a kid, like when I was young, and I used to talent show, I used to do all that shit like that, whatever, but I never really like push myself. So this is like, now that I'm in my 20s, starting to really like start writing again and stuff, you know, because I started really going through shit again, like real adult stuff now. And that's where I made Nonsense. So
Pour my heart out, you don't get it. I keep looking to the ceiling cause my eyes is getting runny. Yet you smirking like shit funny. I should smack your ass. Instead I laugh, pack your bags. I ain't texting you, I ain't calling you, tripping, slipping, boo. I got shit to do, I got shit to prove, and you fucking stalling, steady talking, ain't got no actions without the passion. I got a request for you to do right, I'm tired of asking. Baby, I'm tired of asking. So fuck it, don't get mad at him, go and get this bag on him. So I say fuck it, don't get mad at him, go and get this bag on him. Don't make sense to be mad at him, go and get this bag on him.
I wrote Nonsense, but I hadn't recorded it. I didn't record it yet. So after Ruth came Claire, and Claire was the rebound to that relationship, and not in an offensive way, no disrespect to Claire, because I very much so was into Claire. I was so infatuated with Claire, but at the same time I was not ready for Claire. Me and Claire was not ready for each other. We shouldn't have been in a relationship, but we were younger and we were just doing a thing at the time. I had moved after that first breakup, and you know, after some time of trying to heal and stuff like that, I was actually going through another situation that really broke my heart around that time, and then I met Claire, and so Claire was the healing of that, the distraction to those things, and something that probably shouldn't even have been publicized really, but it was the first time that I was now in a new relationship with someone while I was doing YouTube. So I was inconsiderate. That's lack of better words. I was very inconsiderate. So you know, dear Claire, I'm sorry, because I was very inconsiderate around those times, because Claire also cared about how they looked at that time. I don't know if they was going through personal changes and they didn't feel very comfortable with the camera, but I was treating YouTube at that time like, it comes with me. Nick, why would you date me if you didn't know that this comes with me? When, yes, it does come with me, but to a certain extent. That person does not have to be on camera. They don't have to do anything. And that's the attitude that I had about it, which was terrible. But we had a lot of fun and we were really cute and everyone was really hype and, you know, about that relationship and stuff like that. I didn't get any spiritual influence from this relationship at all. This relationship was all fun and this relationship was just improv and this relationship was just, yeah. Around this time that I had dated this person, you know, I was really challenged. We both were really challenged. We really didn't have that much guidance. Clearly, when I think about things that was going on, they weren't happy with their lives. I wasn't where I was supposed to be in life. Like, I didn't even have a home for real. Like, I was just in another city with my friend, and then I was, you know what I mean? So it's like, girl, you should not have been in a relationship anyways. Like, you don't even have a home. What are you doing? At the same time, I was just thinking like, can't put love on the back burner. You know what I mean? So, whatever. Because Claire ended up actually cheating on me, which now is so childish because it's all social media.
Fucking door. Bye. Bye. That's point blank period, and that's it. Feel me, and you don't hear me, and you making me feel, I mean, I was never chopping her up like, you ain't my bitch, you like my bitch, blah, blah, blah. Like, I was never doing that really. It was more about her disrespect for what was going on. But when I noticed that the person that I was fucking with allowed the disrespect, that's when I was like, okay, you know what, well then fuck both of y'all.
And whatever, but ended up like entertaining somebody else, cheated, whatever, publicly, whatever, and we ended up breaking up and stuff like that. And then we got cool, we became friends, and then we just stopped talking altogether. Maybe I think she got in a relationship, and yeah, probably didn't want to have that, which is great. Don't drag your ex into, and that leads me to my next person. Claire just showed me how lost I was. And how bad. So like, that's when I was running to social media, like really telling social media everything. Like, it was just bad. So that relationship, I learned that was a relationship that shouldn't have been on there. Then, you know, many of you guys know that I went back to dealing with that person from the beginning, and that's where the whole breakup, makeup, and all that went through. So that chapter wasn't done, and clearly neither was the healing, because to have someone going back and forth like that, you know, yeah, that was a lot. Now, these people weren't back to back, but these people were probably with the span of maybe about 6 months in between these people. That's about 6-7 months in between these people. So when I'm naming these people, for the people that don't know who the fuck I'm talking about, when or anything like that, yeah. And that leads me to my next person, Sue. And Sue was the beginning of my introduction to the spirituality. Now, I don't really want to say introduction to spirituality, because really, I've been introduced to, when it comes to like law of attraction, manifestation, vibrations, frequencies, you know, spirituality, alignment, discernment. When it comes to all these things, just, you know, when it comes to those spiritual things and stuff like that, I've been into it and introduced to it since probably like 2005, 2006, when it was The Secret, the law of attraction. But I didn't know to the depths of what I know now. You know what I mean? So I didn't know about chakras. I didn't know about spirit guides. I didn't know about soul tribes. I didn't know about twin flames. I didn't know about realms. I didn't know about astral projection. I didn't know about anything. I just knew the very basic law of attraction, whatever. Started to mess around with Sue. That was the beginning of the introduction of spirituality, to an extent of me really paying attention and like really trying to apply it and whatnot. But they introduced me to what I would say is false prophets, and not necessarily that they aren't exactly who they seem to be, but who they were trying to teach, like what they were trying to teach and who they were trying to be and what they were trying to show me, they haven't yet become. So in the way that their shit is wavering, and they're still healing, they're still teaching themselves and learning to be able to apply it, they're gonna fall short sometimes, and that's what happened with that. So in my mind, I was just like, wow, introduction to this whole thing that I connect with, that makes sense to me, and so that made me gravitate to them. So, and they were very different than most people that I would ever date, so I just felt like maybe this is because of course I'm identifying things that I realize now that I want in a person. I want someone who does think about these things, someone who is kind, who does seem softer, who does seem who maybe has different values and stuff like that. So maybe the way that their love languages would be different as well. And no, didn't really work out like that, but I learned more about music. The person was an artist, and this person actually went to the studio. They recorded their stuff. They actually took their dreams and they put it into motion to create it into reality and whatnot. And so I was really intrigued by that, and that is when I really started to realize I was really attracted to hustlers, to leaders, to artists, to people who are dreamers, because the dreamers, they have to believe in themselves, and those are probably the most hardworking people, are those dreamers. Like people, when it comes to doing music and art and whatnot, it's even harder sometimes, because these are the people who chose a lifestyle that it's really hard to y'all know where I'm going. So this person took me to the studio. This person started to give me a little more insight about what they knew about the music. But they mostly did it for me. But that was just still so much motivation for me, honestly. He showed me, like, not only can I think about these stuff, and then I freestyle, and but then I put it on Instagram, and then I did some more freestyles, and then I wrote a whole song, and then now I'm in the studio and I'm recording it, and not only am I gonna record it, I'm gonna drop it, you know what I mean, to where I can get paid off of it. So definitely appreciated that. I appreciated that so much, and being able to show people that it didn't matter what the person looked like or where they came from or whatnot, but if you have a connection with someone, you have a connection with someone. Doesn't matter like how random that shit might be. So that's what I learned from Sue. But I was still very inconsiderate around that time. I hadn't yet detached from things that energetically wasn't healthy for what I was trying to manifest. So if I'm trying to manifest a certain relationship or whatnot, I can't have an ex in my life who still cares about me in that way. You know what I mean? So no matter how much I wanted to believe that they didn't, I was just lying to myself. When I think about it. And honestly, that wasn't fair to the situation. That wasn't why the situation ended, but with Sue, that was the first situation I walked away from. All the other situations people ever see me in, I pretty much got hurt, or I pretty much didn't really make the decision, or I still wanted to make it work or whatever. And Sue was the first person that I felt like was moving too fast, was moving too carelessly with things, like including social media. Look at it, and of course, maybe they're in a different point in their lives now, but at the time there were things that they were doing that spoke volumes about where they were in their lives. Shout out to Sue though, because Sue really put me up on game, and I really believed now, like I could really do this music shit for real. The next person that I dated was, we're gonna call this person Rory. And Rory was so fucking a Taurus. Rory was a Taurus, and Rory was the most spiritual out of all the people that I named. But the difference between Rory and Sue is Rory really knew what the fuck Rory was talking about. Like, Rory was strong and powerful and confident and slick with the tongue, and just very very smart, and just very strong energy.
No, but it's kind of along the same lines as her, because it's a real blue stone and whatnot. But you know what's crazy about this? There's so many different ones, just like with the quartz. It's like so many different quartz, but they all do different things though, So like, if anybody ever having a problem, in the heart area, you need to get you a pink rose quartz,
I got that in here too.
Like, just my like this stone around my neck, this is good with attracting love and abundance, And it's funny because when I started wearing this, you finally, honey.
Was a Taurus, so I got a taste of myself. I got a taste of stubbornness. I got a taste of the dramaticness. I got a taste of that. I got a taste of a know-it-all. Goddamn. You know what I mean? And so when you have someone who's packed with so much knowledge, and then they're like a know-it-all, they do know shit, but like they have that know-it-all spirit too. You know what I mean? And then they got that attitude, that pizzazz of a Taurus, that spark, that fire, they're grounded in everything they do, and they mean what the fuck they say. And that boy, oh boy. But one thing I can say is that I appreciated the duality. I appreciated their versatility. They were so balanced. They showed me more about masculine and feminine energy. Like I said, this person was way more spiritual. I mean, tapped in, like, as far as discernment and stuff like that. But at the same time, you know, it felt a little hypocritical when it comes to the things that they would preach about, because they would preach things that about me that it was a reflection. We were reflecting each other, and so yeah, it was kind of hard to take that in, which I probably should have, and I would have definitely done it now that I look back, because also there was things, this person taught me more about self-love and the aspect of how they had to do me for what I did to them, for how they felt that I was loving them in the way their love language was. Done with me. Done. They taught me that, like, because at some point, sometimes you think, like, when you're going through those relationships at the beginning, that the fighting in this and the third is normal. It's not normal. The tension is not normal. You know, speaking and communicating and not being able to communicate, she taught me more about, that's the first time I started really hearing somebody tell me more about, like, not talking so much and listening. You know, and I appreciate that. And even though I didn't take heed to that completely in the moment, that was the beginning of that. I needed that to add on to what I ended up getting to make it stick like it is now. Rory cut her hair. Rory said, I'm not fucking with it. You know what? This energy is not it. I deserve better. I, again, was not clearing my life out for the things. Now, of course, when I say I wasn't clearing my life, that doesn't mean I was dibbling and dabbling and dating people while I was dating other people. But I'm the type of person, I'm loving, I'm forgiving. Sometimes I'm too aloof. And there have been so many times where the people I should have let go of at times, and I didn't. But it is hard for me to let go of things sometimes. It is hard for me to accept that change sometimes. Sometimes it's just like, damn, because I'm like, damn, you know, some people are like that. Like, you date people and you just like, how, you know, you didn't learn everything about me. You didn't look at the creases, the crevices of every corner of my soul. And now you're just going to go take all those memories. You're just going to go. You're just going to go in the world, and I'm just never going to see you again. And this is just it. We just did all of that. That doesn't happen all the time. So you're just going to go. You know what I mean? And so now, obviously, I'm detached. You know, I try my best to be as detached as possible, so I'm really not tripping. I get it. I understand exactly why people come in your lives and why people come out of your lives. Like, I totally fucking get it now, you know. But back then, yeah, definitely didn't get it. So this person, when they really tapped in and just really realized what they was going through, what they was dealing with and stuff like that when it came to me, although, you know, we had a great bond and stuff like that, yeah, no, they wasn't dealing with it. So they were done. They just cut it off, cut their hair off, like, protect their people, like, they just, and I was just like, wow, it really taught me about how much when you start forming this form like that, it really does take a toll on somebody. It really does. I started paying a little more attention to how much these relationships, these maybe karmic relationships, are playing a part on who I am and what I'm doing, and me too to them. I wasn't really realizing that for real until then, until someone went and cut their hair off. You know what I mean? Very fucking dramatic. But at the same time, if that's what she needs to do, then that's what she needs to do. But in my opinion, you know, she'll say I'm very fucking dramatic because we went through situations, you know, that my reaction was one way. And so, hey, I really feel like it was a big fucking reflection, and it would have took more patience on both of our parts. Yeah, it would have took more patience. But I so appreciate them so much. Like, they were so knowledgeable to the point that even after everything was done, I just really was hoping that we could still be friends, just to still be able to learn. You know, hopefully I could teach something along the way as well, but I really wanted to be able to learn from them and stuff like that. You gotta be careful because you're not gonna be able to just always have access to people in their lives and stuff like that and just be able to come and say, hey, da da da. Like, no, niggas after a year later still didn't want to be my friend, didn't want to talk to me, didn't want to fuck with me, didn't want to nothing like that. And so when I think about those things, it hurts my feelings. Well, not now, but it kind of had hurt my feelings back then, you know, just thinking about, like, damn, it was that bad that somebody just never ever again. But it happens. It does happen. And, you know, all I do is send light and love to them, for real. And, you know, I appreciate them for dealing with me when I needed to heal, and, you know, what I was going through and stuff like that. And I hope I didn't cause that much of a toll, but that's more of a conversation at the end of this. we were doing more music, we were freestyling stuff, but yeah, they taught me more about listening more, talking less, spirituality, alignment, protecting your energy and all that good stuff. After Rory, I met Nicole.
Days are forever, they make me feel awful. I want them to end, but they only get longer.